Thank you. You know, it's not often we think of the danger paramedics face, but it's something they deal with every day.
Yeah, Jim, I've been looking into a recent incident that happened the day after Christmas with our local fire and rescue. They got a call about a sick woman and ended up staring down the barrel of a gun. The 911 operators screened to see if there was any mental issue there with this patient, and there was no warning sign that this person posed a danger.
She fired shots being fired and rescuing her. To have any idea that the outcome will result in this is unimaginable. I've been here 27 years and this is my first time.
There's some damage inside Birmingham Fire and Rescue Unit 12, an imperfection Stuart Haywood never wants to see fixed.
I don't want it taken out, you know. I hope it stays fresh on our minds, especially some of the paramedics that are back here by ourselves, to be just very diligent as far as our patient contact and our patient care, and to really just never turn your back, because you never know.
The day after Christmas, Haywood says they were called out to the airport to help a woman sitting in a car.
It's a typical medical call. She was complaining of dizziness. We kind of got to her. We assessed her. The main complaint was flu-like symptoms. There was no red flags in this case. You know, it was a simple medical call that we thought was going to be a simple medical call.
If there had been a red flag, Haywood says they would have done things differently. They would have waited to let police respond first, even had an officer ride with them. Instead, Haywood rode alone in the back.
You know, the patient sits back and head's up here and legs right there, so we're both looking out of the back of the rescue unit.
He says his head was down while he typed the report. He glanced up and saw the woman holding a gun.
The gun was right here, so I mean, not even, 2 or 3 feet away. She didn't see me coming, and I saw the gun, so I immediately just leapt. She got one shot off.
Haywood says they struggled on the floor of the ambulance, and she fired a second shot that hit here.
I mean, I was in fear of my life throughout this whole struggle, and she was trying to kill me.
By this time, his partner had stopped the ambulance.
He said after the second shot, he thought I was dead.
And Haywood says they both were able to get out safely. That's when the woman, who police later identified as Janine Richard, jumped back in the driver's seat and drove off. Since that day, Assistant Fire Chief Ross Sheffield says there have been meetings to see if there's anything they can do differently to keep first responders safe. One possibility, giving every EMS worker a metal detector wand to screen patients.
And if it's a weapon, as a gun or something, we can call the police and have the police come and retrieve that gun, and they can take possession of that weapon.
What about arming the EMS workers themselves? Haywood says that's just not their job.
We can't be everything, so we can't be law enforcement and fire. We have to utilize our law enforcement officers in that capacity.
In fact, he says first responders know the risks involved, and they put their lives on the line to save others.
There's not a policy or a procedure that's going to cover everything. There's always going to be a loophole. There's always going to be somebody that really wants to cause us harm, and they're going to be able to cause us harm.
Now, we found out EMS workers can restrain patients who pose a threat, but they have to spot those warning signs. And remember, in this case, they didn't. Alabama's Public Safety and Homeland Security Committee Chair, State Representative Randy Wood, told me what they are doing. He says they are proactive in protecting paramedics.
But some situations, there's no way you can think this could happen. So we'd have to be reactive on this.
I just wonder, from a lawmaker's point of view, can we do something on the front end? Because you say it's reactive, but really, if you save a life, if this happens again, it's really proactive.
You're absolutely correct. And we do want to do everything that we can do. But we need individuals such as this person and someone in the EMS line of work to come to us and say, look, this right here would help our job. It would help make us more safe.